Hi, I'm Randy Vance. Today I'm on a new boat from Blackfin that I have been asking them to bring to the water since they began to revitalize the brand in 2018. This is the 262HB hybrid bay boat. This boat is built with all the luxury you expect from Blackfin, all the fishability, including 2 live wells aft and 2 forward, rod holders, tackle rigging abound, and performance from a 350 horsepower Mercury and a double step hull. I want to bring you aboard and show you how Blackfin has made this the boat you may want to look at if you're thinking of fishing from inshore to offshore. Come on. Now, the performance on this boat comes from an ideal combination of Blackfin's custom designed double step hull and Mercury's V10 350 horsepower outboard. You've got active trim on this outboard, and that means you don't have to adjust the trim. Running inshore or offshore, I found that it sought and found the ideal trim position without any input from me. Now, the motor will push this boat to 50 miles an hour, but what is most impressive is how it carries this boat at 17 miles an hour with a high bow but on plane, making this an ideal machine to power through unfavorable seas. Combine that with the shallow 17-inch draft and you have the freedom to go 50 miles offshore or run in the shallows for snook and redfish. Now, our 262 is equipped standard with one 12-inch Garmin. On it, we've got the option of running all of our digital switching through there, our sonar and fresh and the raw water. Now, I like that setup because it keeps the dash really clean. It gives you room for a VHF radio, a Fusion audio controller, and if you want to option it up and add another display, there's plenty of room for that. Now, the console is protected by a hard top with 3 tempered glass panels. One of the things I like most about the hard top is how it's integrated into the console. There's no stanchions on the deck to stub your toes on. Another thing I like is the way the top stops just short of the gunnels. That means you can move fore and aft with a rod and not have to worry about banging it on the overhead hardtop. Now, the helm station is equipped with this double station leaning post. You've got flip-up bolsters, extremely thick upholstery that gives you plenty of cushion in rough water. Armrests fold up and down for easy access and egress from the helm area. Now, there's only a few options on this boat, and one of them is the inch-thick helm floor pad. That makes stand-up driving extremely comfortable. You've also got padded helm steps here, and what we found while we were driving the boat offshore is that you can sit comfortably with your feet resting on those steps. One last convenience is the padded dash top and these stations to keep your phone and glasses and other small items secure. Now, as we go through the boat's fishing features, the first thing you're going to want to look at is the large live well. These are 30-gallon live wells. The pumps are so powerful, they almost pressurize these tanks, and we think that's going to be ideal when you're running offshore in rough seas. You've also got sight windows in front of them so that you can make sure without lifting the lid that everything's running properly. One last feature inside them is the aeration system that allows you to keep your bait fresh when you're not recirculating water. In fact, forward you've got 2 crustacean wells that operate exactly that way with just the aeration system. Pour your shrimp or your crabs in there, turn on the aerator, and they'll stay fresh for the day. Another nice touch is the way Blackfin has designed the swim platform pods. On the starboard side, you've got a reboarding ladder that folds out to the side away from the motor. They've designed that area so that you can easily add the power poles. Now, the rigging station is ideally suited for inshore or offshore fishing. You've got this secure area to store a tackle box right on top. Down below, you've got a cutting board. You've also got storage for 2 or 3 more tackle boxes, plus tackle drawers right here. And then down below, you've got an ice-cold cooler. You can either keep that full of drinks or frozen bait. Now, the 4 rocket launchers on the back are ideal for rigging tackle when you're getting ready to fish with it. You've also got 6 rocket launchers on the hard top above, and that gives you plenty of space to store rods out of the way. On each gunnel, you've got 4 rod holders. You've got 2 on the shotgun side, and you've got locking rod storage under either gunnel. In the center on the floor is a lazarette. It's macerated so you can use it for a fish box as well. Another cool option on the aft deck is the tie-down cooler system. We're using it in this case as a fish box. There are 2 bow seating configurations available. This boat's equipped with the full wraparound seating. with the cushions removed. You're ready to go fishing, and you add the removable backrests in, and you've got more luxury seating. Step up onto the casting deck, and this is where you're going to be using a casting net or pitching baits out to shallow water fish. Also inside this deck, you've got a large storage compartment, and on either side of it, the crustacean wells that we mentioned in conjunction with the aft live wells. Now, we mentioned in the beginning how much attention Blackfin pays to luxury on this boat. We also showed you this wraparound seat here. But there is a standard bench that's also comfortable, and it goes right across the front. That gives you more space here in this cockpit for fishing. I also like this seat right here on the front of the console. It's thickly padded. It makes this a nice conversation area, but look at this. Flip this latch, lift it forward, and you've got two easy steps to the deck below where you'll find a flushing head, plenty of space for storage, and you've got easy access to the electronics on the back side of the helm. Now, the last feather in the cap of luxury on the 262 is this jump seat right here. Folds up out of the deck. But look at this. You lift this seat up and you have ample access to all the mechanics on your boat. Your live well pumps, fuel filters, your power steering pump, batteries for the starting of the motor, and your battery switches. Now, a nice thing about these battery switches is you can control them manually, but they're also remote controlled by the fob on your key. Now, this is a base model 262, but Blackfin stands ready to equip it exactly the way you want. You can add 1 or 2 power poles. You can add an extra Garmin display or an upgraded stereo system, and you can add a 75-inch shaft Garmin trolling motor complete with 3 batteries. You can also have an upper station, and if you're going to spend a lot of time fishing inshore or offshore, you're going to want that on board. The last thing I'd consider adding on this boat would be the canvas shade for the foredeck and the aft deck to give everybody some sun protection and enjoy a cooler day on the water. I'm Randy Vance on Blackfin's new 262HB, and I'm loving it.